Hi, what up, everybody? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It is time again for another stream. Tell you what, man, Steam is down. So, uh, we're gonna have to go with something different tonight, and that's NASCAR. So we're in Steam offline mode. We got NASCAR going on, and we got career mode going on, and we got nothing else. Like, it's somebody says, I said Steam's down, and somebody's like, I need to be simulating my gas station. So back to the old ETS2 streams. Uh, bro, I have 1,000 hours in that game. What is this guy talking about? This guy's coming at me on Twitter for having ETS2, man. What the fuck? Don't hate, man. Don't hate the truck, man. You ain't gotta be like that, bro. But why is he gotta hit me with that? Like why why is he gotta hate on ETS2, man? We had some good times ETS2. Maybe that makes a comeback. I don't know, someday. That will make a comeback someday, that's for sure. Maybe when we get the new laptop, which we're about a month away, maybe we'll put that on the hard drive, because we're gonna have way more space than we have on this current one, which is only 500 gigs. So but yes, I'm just tweeting out right now. It is. This is the truck series. This is the NASCAR truck series, right? Yep. Race 15 of 23 in the season. This is the Eldora Dirt Darby. Oh man, I could not spell that. But yeah. Oh man. All right. Got NASCAR going on. Should be a shorter stream. We did not upload the VOD from the F2 last night. The video was just not good quality. So we are gonna have to hit you with something. I mean, it's just lost. So we're gonna hit the YouTube with this. We'll make sure we upload this to the YouTube, as long as there's no encoding issues, but there shouldn't be this time. And yeah, Eldora Dirt Derby. We do not run practice in the NASCAR game as much as we run it in the Formula One. And I'm actually kind of mad because I had to go back to a pad for this. So the wheel, I had the wheel plugged in, right? And it was all plugged in. I set up I mapped all the controls, and apparently the wheel provides a DLL injection error to the game. And we had to wind up going back to the pad for it. So we're on the pad, and we are at the Eldora Dirt Derby. It's kind of interesting because I think that I think because of the dirt, the tires are actually gonna last all race. Like, we might not need to pit. No, we shouldn't need to pit. It is 150 lap, but we do beat the sponsor time. You gotta get that sponsorship money. So goal achieved, so we're just going to kick right on the qualifying. And there is 3.
Let's go now.
There's 3 qualifying sessions. With a goal of 23 minutes, or 23 seconds and 23.78 seconds. That tells you the difference right there between NASCAR and Formula 1 right there. I mean, Formula 1, we're running laps that are minute 43s. Over here, we're running laps that are 23s. 19.5, that should be good. That's miles quick. So, qualifying 2. Shorter race tonight. I'm glad, though, that I didn't have to restart the whole career mode, because I actually thought it was a track loading error. And I realized I actually went through and read the error log, which, you know, even if you have no technical ability on computers like I do, it's definitely worth checking out every once in a while, right? Like, the error log is worth it. So that's when I found that it was a wheel. It was like playerdevice.dll or some shit like that, and I'm like, well, that's got to be the wheel. So, and I tested it by. So the game only crashed on track load up. So like it would load up fine, career mode would be fine. It would crash on the track load up. And when I loaded the track with the pad, and the track actually loaded, and I didn't crash the desktop, I didn't CTD, I was like, boom, confirmed. It confirmed it's the wheel. So 19.8 should be good enough. It is good enough. It's pole position for the race. I can't even remember what difficulty we're on here, because I mean the last time I even raced. I mean, it's been a while since I even played this game, so. 150 laps, though. Eldora Speedway. We got pole. Corbin Forrester is starting at the back. And Tyler DeBell is also starting at the back. I actually really hate the dirt series, so I did the dirt series for season 2 as well, because I figured the money would be good, but the money I'm getting from standing in at the not the Cup series, the Xfinity series, the whatever you want to call it, is so good, and so is the winnings from the truck races, that I'm like, you know what? There's no need for the dirt series anymore. So we're through much of the season. This is race 13 of 25 on the season. So I'm pretty much going to cut the dirt series out next season, I think. And if I don't, I'll just race it offline. But it is like, what, 14 races I just don't want to do. They're not long races, though. The dirt races are like 20 minutes, so this is 100% race distance again, by the way.
Still there? Clear all around.
So,
All right, you're clear there. Hold your line, stay high.
which is weird because the truck races are like, what, 63 minutes, something like that? They're not long, usually. And that's not on the dirt track, obviously. That's on the regular track. They just race one dirt race every year, the trucks, and that's Eldora, so. At least they did for this game. Which I want to say was 2018. Could be like 2016. Remember, this is NASCAR Heat 4, not 5. I eventually do want to get 5. But I haven't even played through 4, so there's no point for me to get 5 yet. I might as well finish playing through 4, wait till 5 goes on like a Steam summer sale or something. and then just swipe that shit for real quick, or real cheap. I mean, you know what I mean? Pennies on the dollar kind of stuff. But this race should take about, I want to say, an hour, a little over an hour, maybe 75 minutes. Maybe less than that. We don't need to pit and we don't need tires. That's the amazing thing about this race. Is unlike the rest of the truck series, because of the dirt and the fact that the track is so short, we won't. Pitting is not even needed. I mean, it's only needed to repair damage. Well, my bad. So. Don't want to keep it in the wall too much, although damage is reduced. Because it's NASCAR, you're kind of expected to kind of bump the other cars around quite a bit, actually, you know. You are expected to trade paint with cars quite a bit, so despite the fact that they don't like that. Look at that, it's like two identical cars practically. What the heck? The Spider-Man meme right there, look at that shit. Whoa, bud. I gotta pay attention to this shit in front of me. Yeah, not huge fan of dirt track. I thought it was neat when NASCAR decided to actually race in the IRL last season. I thought, you know, that's neat, you know what I mean? But, oh, I just slammed the brake there so I didn't just clang into Kligerman. But he's going for a pass. I'm just trying to get by, bro. Y'all lap cars, y'all slow as fuck. But ooh. Oh man, I gotta watch the damage, man. I keep scraping the wall. Ah!
Careful, still there. Still there inside.
I'm kind of mad that the steam is down, man. Yo, I'm just all up on that wall. I'm not even going to be able to read the Eldora name on it by the time I'm done this freaking race. Scraping the wall so damn much. I'm rev limiting on fourth gear, which is, I think, is interesting. That's how fast the car is. So. I did forget to show you guys the work that I did on the car. Because obviously you have engineers and they help improve the car and, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So. Oh, I just sideswiped Rose after the race. He'll be like, why'd you run me off the track? What the fuck? I'm like, bitch, move aside. Everybody likes me in this lead except you, bitch, move aside. Kind of big sad though that we couldn't get the F1 in this night. Like, I really wanted to finish that sprint race from F2 last night. Why are you sliding up the track like that, bro? I really wanted to finish that sprint race from F2 in Spain. We had a really interesting feature race with the rain. Everybody came into pit for fresh wets about halfway through that race. And I just stayed out and ran them for 30 laps of the 37. And they lasted, and then by lap 30 I was on the dries. We didn't even get to finish running the last 7 laps because right around lap 35 the time limit hit for F2, which is an hour, and checkered flag fell. So reposition my headset here. I had banana pudding, or not banana pudding, banana cake, I guess you want to say, with raisins in it. It's like killing my throat for some reason. Listen, man, I dehooked the wheel. Steam is still down. It's been down almost 3. It's been down almost 3 hours. It's been down 2 and 3/4 hours.
You got room. You're clear there.
Stay low, Lassard. There you go. There you go.
Clear on the bottom there. You got room. You're clear there. Car outside.
Oh, I'm just gonna swipe Nemechek there. No big deal. I just cannot keep it clean at dirt races. I'm gonna be swiping paint with something, but the car's so loose. Like they're meant to slide, so. Oh no, I can't really just help that shit. This is why nobody in the dirt series likes me, bar like 2 drivers, and then everybody in the freaking truck series likes me. That'll probably change after this race, but it's whatever. I'm not worried about it. We still got plenty more in the season. I'm excited to get to the Xfinity series because racing there should be fun. And you can stand in for those races. You get called up every once in a while as a stand-in. And those races are neat. They are long. They are like 2 hours. They're, well, I don't want to say 2 hours. They are probably the same as a Formula 1 race. So like an hour 40. The ones that I have done. Of course, you have the option, by the way, to do the stages like they do in real NASCAR. But I thought, the hell with that. Why would I want? No, like I like old NASCAR, pre-playoffs, before where it was just driver with the most points won. Kind of like how it is in Formula 1. And there wasn't stages where it was broken up. And you get points for winning stages and stuff like that. You just race. You just want no competition yellows or any bullshit like that. Why do you need a competition yellow? Just keep racing. There's no reason to purposely slow the track down and stop racing. Like, and they have them between every stage. They have them sometimes like halfway through the first stage. Like, just race. Just go round and race. Like, woo. Okay. Speaking of which, I almost went round there. I had to save that. I almost went all the way around.
You got room. You're clear. You got room. You're clear.
Oh man. So. I'm not a fan of some of the stuff in Duke National. I understand what they do with the playoffs, and in the end, I think that's fine. I think it's fine. I don't prefer. Oh, I just absolutely slammed the shit out of whoever that was. They are going to be so mad after the race. I straight booty clapped the shit out of them. Oh man, what happened there? I just had a massive like freeze of the frames. Like, I thought for a second the game was going to crash. We'll see when Steam comes back and when we finish this race. We might, if Steam comes back like within the half hour, and we finish this race by like 10:30, we might sneak the sprint race in. But we are probably just gonna do this race out of Eldora, and we'll do the sprint race tomorrow or Thursday. Tomorrow's gonna be difficult because I got a league race. I got an F1 league race. So there's no stream for the league race because obviously I need the internet to compete in the race. So I don't want to jeopardize like disconnecting or something like that. So And it's Mexico tomorrow night, so it's a fun track. It's not like super fun. Like, to me, Mexico's just an average track. Like, it's not bad. There's parts in it that are enjoyable, but it's not gonna rock your socks off. It's nothing like super spectacular, you know. It's just an average track. But we got Mexico tomorrow night, and then we got a really, really, really tricky one. We've got Singapore on Monday, I believe. That is going to be tough. Singapore tends to be unforgiving. So I'm just hoping I don't DNF again. We got our second DNF of the season with at Circuit of the Americas, which is one of 6 tracks that we have to revisit, by the way. That season, that league, the league has, it was obviously formed before they added Portugal, so there is no Portugal in the league, but they did all 20 tracks, and in addition to that, there are 6 tracks that we will be doing twice. And I believe those tracks are Silverstone. I know Circuit of the Americas is one. I know Australia is another that we're doing twice. Trying to think of the other tracks we're doing twice. Are we doing I don't think we're doing Bahrain twice. Oh my lord, I could have told you. Sochi, I think we're doing twice. I actually really enjoy the Sochi track, but I need to actually sit down and like watch some of the Formula 3 and 2 stuff, because I was caught up until Spa, and then I just didn't watch. Like, I have to watch all the F3 coverage or F2 coverage, somewhere around there, I think, from Spa, and then I have to watch all the coverage from Monza as well. So. And they didn't race last weekend either, so I had a weekend to catch up on. I did not do so. But we'll see if we can do so. I do like keeping up with the F2, F3 season, so we'll see how they go. Oh, I didn't mean to bump you, Cobb. I'm so sorry. I actually raced one of the dirt track races prior to going live on the stream in the dirt series, the Extreme Dirt Tour, and it took like 20 minutes. I figured, look, I'm just gonna do this offline, and I figured Steam should be back up by then, hopefully, and then we'll just go live with the F1. And then I raced it. I finished it. It took me 23 minutes, almost 24. It was like 23:38 or something like that. And Steam wasn't back up, so I thought, all right, we'll do the Eldora one on stream. So the one truck series race I actually don't enjoy, and partly is for that reason. It's just I don't enjoy the dirt. We are almost halfway through, or a third of the way, I should say, through this race. I think my best is, yeah, 19.4. But I'm still trying to think of the other tracks that we're going to race at twice in the Formula One League. Silverstone, Australia, USA. Baku is one. That's right. Azerbaijan. Then there's one more. Trying to remember what it is. not Spain. I don't think it's Spa. I don't think it's Monza. I know it's not Hungary. It's not Singapore. It's not Japan. It's not Mexico. What's the race right before USA? I can't remember. Shit. It's gonna bug the living shit out of me now. It's literally gonna bug the ever-living shit out of me. And Steam's down, so it's not like I can go online and just check. We are a third of the way through.
Careful, still there.
What's that final track that we raced at twice? Oh, wait, so Sochi, Australia, USA,
Still there.
Baku.
All right, you're clear there.
Sochi, Australia, USA, Baku, Silverstone.
Clear low, clear low. You got room, you're clear there.
Oh, ow. I can't think of it.
Say hi, say
I don't
hi.
think it's Monaco.
All right, you're clear there. Clear down low.
Ah, it's gonna bug me. It's gonna bug
Got
me.
room, you're clear. Careful.
Oh man. It's not Bahrain. It's not Spain. It's not Monza. It's not Spa. It's not Hungary. It's not Singapore. It's not Japan. It's not Mexico. It's not Canada.
Still there inside.
It's not.
You're clear.
Huh.
Clear low, clear low.
Who does that even leave? It's not Paul Ricard. It's not Paul Ricard either in France.
Say hi up there. You got room, you're clear.
Oh, that's so gonna bug the living shit out of me. Watch it be like Bahrain or some shit that I just didn't remember. It's definitely not UAE.
Clear low.
I don't know. It's gonna bug me all night. Could be Spa.
You got room, you're clear.
But anyway.
All clear.
It's not Sandford.
You got room, you're clear there.
Maybe we'll think of it later. But anyway. Oh, they announced the season 2, by the way. For those that missed it, season 2 of that league got announced. We're using it's a shame we can't use F2 cars in the league, but we are using a modified F2 calendar. So the F2 calendar, which was Bahrain, Spain, Monaco, Baku, Spa, Italy, Hungary, Silverstone, USA, UAE. Now the UAE got swapped out for Australia, but it's using a modified F2 season. It's using a double F2 season. So instead of the 12 races for F2, it's 24. And it is also using Australia instead of UAE as the final race. But that is kicking off November 1st on a Monday. So, and unlike this current season, there are not many games that have been rescheduled. So I think the only rescheduled race is literally Friday, December 24th. It's the last race of the season, and it's not on the 24th because it's the 24th of December. It's on the Monday after that, which I think is the 27th. So literally from November 1st to December 27th, 2 months, 24 races. And that'll be season 2 of the league that I'm in. The only other big change that was announced for season 2 is they're keeping practice, the full hour of practice, but qualifying will now be one-shot qualifying. You get one lap, and one lap only. One song only. One lap only to qualify for the race. And that is it. Unlike the full 3 sessions we had,
You got room, you're clear there. All right, you're clear there.
it's just, I mean, practice is still there,
Got a car coming inside.
but
All right, you're clear. You got room, you're clear.
yeah, just 1 lap for qualifying.
All right, clear low.
Should make it interesting. Should make the field a little bit more unpredictable, really. But
Still there. Clear all around.
it's still a 100% race as well. And it's not the feature length race, it's the
You got room, you're clear.
full F1 race because you can't, for some reason, use F2 cars in the league.
Clear.
Yeah, we signed up for that season.
You got room.
Waiting on
you're
more signups to come through, obviously, because it just got announced
clear. You're clear.
Monday. I want to say. I don't want to say it was just, or it might have been Sunday.
You got room, you're clear. Got a car coming inside now.
Oh, I just rammed Forrester. He's gonna be pissed. Say fuck you, man.
Got one inside.
Yo, Benny, you doing better? What's up, Teacher Tony? What's up? I'm doing all right.
Still there. You got room, you're clear. Inside.
How you been, man?
All right, you're clear there. All clear.
We just chilling around Eldora. Let's check, by the way. Steam is still down, bro. Steam has been down 3 hours. Oh no. Oh no.
Still there. You're clear all around there. Bottom's clear.
That is some horseshit, man. How's Steam down 3 hours? I know we're getting a new CSGO operation. I might have to install CSGO. What the fuck was that, bro?
Wave them guys off. Caution's out.
What the heck was that? Well, I just, like, bounced off the wall. So. I'm like kinda, wow. It's going to eat my attention for a bit. Nice, Ryan. Ryan's coming to the dark side, y'all. Hidokiri's coming to the dark side.
Be smart out there.
We're adding new maps during the operation, updating ancient Dust 2. Here's a sneak peek of Dust 2 changes. Whoa, what's going on here? Whoa, CSGO. Today we're excited to ship, this is 4 minutes ago. Today we're excited to ship CSGO's 11th operation, Operation Riptide. New challenges await with new maps, new all game modes, all new private queues, and more. Using player-generated queue codes, a group of friends can play a premier match against each other on official servers. Yo, that's huge! That's huge! Competitive is now available at 2 lengths on official servers. Short, which is MR16, and long, MR30. And your competitive skill group is on the line in both versions. Deathmatch is now available in 3 options: Classic, Team versus Team Deathmatch, or Free-for-all Deathmatch. The M4A1S now does more damage to the body, and the Deagle does less, and the dualies just got cheaper. Oh, and grenades are now droppable. We're adding new maps to the operation, updating Ancient Dust 2. Here's a sneak peek at Dust 2. Holy fucking shit, that's huge. Oh my god. Whoa, Vision after Death. Whoa, 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 whoa. Patch notes, bro. Patch notes, bro. Patch notes, bro. Hold on. CSGO patch notes, everybody. CSGO patch notes. This is fucking massive. You own your own private Premier match on Valve servers. When a player-generated Q code, a group of friends can match them amongst themselves into a Premier match on Valve servers. Pair up your teams or solo queue, or let the matchmaker sort it out. Every Steam group has a private Q code that only its members can use, allowing established Steam groups to host their private Premier matches on Valve servers, or make Steam group for your network of friends and use existing Steam group tools to manage memberships, have discussions, make announcements, and schedule events. Whoa. It means they finally do something with Steam groups. Like, you talking about CS? Yeah, we talking about CS, bro. Spend your stars on rewards of your choice. Operation rewards feature all new agents, including guerrilla warfare terrorists and this counter-terrorist SEAL team. Nice. New missions. Scavenger hunts. Graffiti missions and more. Make progress by completing items in your checklist in any order you choose. Keep moving. Work your way through a series of checkpoints in order to complete your mission. Make steady progress in your grind, or complete your mission faster by satisfying a challenge condition. Okay. Operation Riptide features new ways to play your favorite game modes, from short competitive matches to team deathmatch, or something for everyone. Riot Shield, the best offense is a good defense. Give your teammates a fighting chance with the Riot Shield, currently available as a heavy weapon for CTs and casual hostage maps. Okay. Want a competitive rule set but don't have the time for a longer match? With short matches, you'll get the competitive 5v5 experience compressed to a best of 16 rounds, which lasts about 25 minutes. Score 9 rounds to win the match, or you can score 16 to win the match with Classic. Sometimes you just need to do targets to shoot. In free-for-all deathmatch, even your teammates are your enemies. Watch your back. Work together to be the first team to 100 kills in team deathmatch. Yo, that's sick. The only thing better than learning utility is learning how to share. Grenades can now be dropped in most game modes. Wow. Block visibility of mid from T-spawn. Wait. Blocked visibility of mid from T-spawn in Dust 2. Is that going to eliminate the AWP going across? Is that going to eliminate the AWP shot? Demolition has gotten the tune-up to be a bit more fast-paced, and arms race weapon sequence has been tweaked. You'll get health pens if you're on a roll, and you'll get health pens if you're on a roll. Wow. Maps featured in Riptide. We've got. What do we got? What do we got, boys? What do we got? We got Insertion 2. I mean, Insertion 1 was a good map. I like that. Basalt. County. Not a big fan of County. Ravine. And Extraction. Riptide Agent Collection, Riptide Case, Riptide Stickers, the 2021 Train Collection, RIP Train, the 2021 Mirage Collection, 2021 Dust Collection, Vertigo Collection. Players who purchase an Operation Riptide Pass receive the following: an Operation Riptide coin, which can be leveled from bronze to diamond, displayed on your CS:GO profile. Access to Operation rewards, which include all new agents. How do I get Operation Stars? How do I redeem them? How do I upgrade? Is there a limited number of rewards? Can I play missions without a pass? To play missions, you need to either have Prime status or an Operation Pass. I have Prime status, so I can actually start playing the operations. I just don't have the pass yet, and I won't be able to buy the pass till next week. Operation passes can be traded 1 week after purchase. There is no way to send an Operation Pass as a gift at the time of purchase. Operation Riptide will last until February the 20th. Players will receive new mission cards for each week of the first 16 weeks of the operation. Wow. This is massive. This is so huge. Does this mean Steam servers are up? Bigger question. Is Steam up? Steam is still down. Steam is still down. 11 years later, the Dust 2 peak is finally gone, bro. Yep. Holy shit. Holy shit, CSGO. What an update. And I welcome it all. Bro, imagine droppable grenades in fucking pro matches, bro. Bruh. Droppable grenades in pro matches.
Going green. Be ready here. Green's out now. Let's go. Got a car high
That's
now.
so huge.
All clear.
That's so huge. I'm so excited, man. Like, I might reinstall CS:GO just to play the operation. I don't know. I didn't play the last one, but I played the one prior to that, and I actually really enjoyed doing the missions. Like, the grind in the missions was fun. The only downside is I can't play them on stream because I need the connection, obviously, for the servers. Because otherwise, if I try to stream and play, my ping's going to be like 150, 200. So there's no way I can stream the games. But bro, it would just be fun to play again. Like, CS:GO is a great game. Like, so many people hate on it for so many different reasons, but like, really, it's a phenomenal game.
Got a car coming inside now.
And I like it because anybody can pick up and play it. You don't have to have like knowledge of, you don't have to grind agents, you don't have to know skills and all this other bullshit that you do like in Valorant. It doesn't look cartoony like it does in Valorant. It's just pure game. Like, it's just pure game. Like, I was built on games like Unreal Tournament where there's no character difference, there's none of that, right? You're just in the server and you frag everybody and that's it, right? The best player on the server will win the match. Like, I don't like the whole, this character has a smoke, but this character has a flash, but this character has like a resurrection, and you have to know, you have to have people who are good at these characters to form a team, and you have to learn what's meta, and this character's too weak, and this character needs a nerf, and this character, no. Fuck all that noise. Absolutely fuck all that noise. All that is bullshit. I should be able to get into the server, and if I'm better than my opponent, I should be able to beat them 100 times out of 100.
All right, you're clear. You got room. You're clear.
That's why League of Legends is garbage. That's really why League of Legends is garbage. I mean, I would say the same about Dota, but Dota is at least way more balanced than League is. And all the League fans would say, that's not true, Dota has problems, blah, 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 blah. You have like a pool of 40 characters in League that are just not relevant, that will lose 55 to 60% of their games just because that character doesn't have the kit to win a game. Like, that should never happen in a competitive setting. Like, never.
You got room. You're clear. Here we go now. 3 wide. You're all clear on top there.
Just banging everybody.
You're clear.
But anyway.
You got room. You're clear.
No, I just clanged into Lupton. I am just getting all banged up. My car's getting banged up, bro.
All right, clear low.
But it's like they're going 4 wide. Pitches aren't moving.
Still there?
Like, don't swing up high if like Friesen did. If you see me coming, like, I'm lapping you.
All clear. You got room. You're clear.
I think. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Still there?
How's my arrow? My arrow's probably shit, bro. My arrow's 95.
Got room, you're clear there.
My radiator and my engine are still a hundo though.
You got room, you're clear.
But that is a massive update from CS:GO, man. Like, I'm proud of them. That's some good shit. I like that they do the short version, like the 9, the first to 9. That's cool, but also like at the same time, like,
Give it some longer than 30 rounds.
I would love a game that's not like 15 and a half. I'd love a game that's like 25 and a half. First team that wins 26 rounds wins the game or some shit, like a super long version. But I love endurance stuff. I've said this before. I love endurance racing. I race all my races at 100% distance. Like, you can see I got 150 laps on the board here. Like, this is just the trucks. Like, I love endurance. So CS:GO endurance, I would embrace. I'd be one of the few. I know that. For real, the updates are wild. Yo, what's up, CY? CY, everybody. Bert, get the fuck off me. I hope you've been well, CY. But yeah, the updates are great. I think they're phenomenal. Like, droppable grenades, wonderful. They've made Steam groups valid again. Not that they ever were valid. I mean, they really kind of weren't. They were always just kind of like a feature that nobody really utilized. You know what I mean? Very, very, very few people utilize Steam groups. But now, Steam groups are like, yo, private queues in your Steam group. Droppable grenades, I know. Finally able to log into Steam. Really? I've just, fuck, man. I've been down, it's been down for like 4 hours, 3 hours. Three and a quarter hours. I'm not logged in right now, but I'm like, I mean, you can see how many laps I'm already into this race. I'm kind of like, let me finish the race before I close NASCAR and then actually like log into Steam. Like, I might actually have to. Yeah, I was here earlier. Just wait. Nice. All my old women's teams, we would use Steam groups. Really? But I'm saying, like, a lot of streamers, like, that I know of, like, I'm even in their Steam groups. They don't do fuck. Like, nobody does anything with it. Like, you know? But it was, it just, oh man, it feels so, like, that is a great update. I uninstalled CS, actually. I actually uninstalled it so I could reinstall NASCAR. I'm about to uninstall NASCAR so I can reinstall CS, man. Like, if I wasn't I mean, it's going to be tough to do the missions, though, with the F1 league I'm in. Like, we still got, what, 13 races? 13 races left? And it's three nights a week, so it's like trying to find time. But even then, like, I might have to play CS this weekend. Like, I could record it. I probably could record it and upload it to YouTube, and that would be fine. Yeah, more of an exposure thing. A lot of people would join, and sometimes we play together. You're right, though. Mostly useless. Yeah, exactly. I just, but now with the private premier matchmaking within the group, like basically private 10-mans. That's a massive update. Like, that is so. That's an amazing update, really. They finally removed being able to see through, or being able to see mid from T-spawn. Like, life is good. Like in Dust 2, life is good. Life is so good with that. Only took 11 years, but whatever. Yeah, that's legit. I just bought a server, but now I can remove the pug plugin. Nice. You just bought a CS server? How much did the CS server run you? First off, because I would think about. I have thought many times previously Yeah, it was missing the old aim maps. There you go. I have thought many times previously of buying a server. Maybe not for CS, but I thought about buying one for like Unreal Tournament or something. I thought about buying it for some sort of game, so that's like $1 slot or something like that. I take it they specialize only in CS. Take it they were like CS servers. Because a lot of the ones you would like, I would Google, like you would look up reviews for them by people that had like people that used to have negative, lots of games available. Nice. Yo, DM me the info on Twitter and I'll definitely take a look at it because I would be interested in buying a server for a game, or renting a server for a game, whatever you want to call it, leasing a server for a game. No, I took that turn way too early. That's more damage. Caution. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pit for the damage. Like there was one I was looking at, right? I was actually looking at it in case I needed to rent them for CS, right? Like I went with nuclear Fallout servers just because I recognized the name from like 10 years ago. The control panel isn't as updated as other hosts, but I don't mind the outdated interface. Reminds me of 2000s web browsing. Wow, okay. Here's a throwback. No, but I'll definitely check into them because like I was looking into, I can't remember because it was over a year ago, I think. No, it wasn't a year ago, but it was at least half a year ago. I was looking into servers for CS in case I couldn't get ESCA on board. And they had like, the place I was looking at had like 5 locations: LA, Atlanta, Chicago, Denver, and I can't remember what was this? LA. I think New York might have been the last one, or could have been like Seattle or something, right? And they wanted like $25 a server a month, and I looked up the reviews on them. I looked up like people that used to have them, and they were like, bro, I live in Portland and I would connect to the Seattle server and I would get like 120 ping, and I'm like, yeah, nah, like hard pass. Like that, like if you like that is a 3-hour drive and you're telling me you get 150 ping, like nah. Ashburn, Virginia is like a 2.5-hour drive, and I get like 50 ping to those servers, like 35 to 55 ping, and that's on awful country internet. Like I couldn't. But yeah, I'll definitely check them out because I would love to run like Unreal Tournament or some shit, or even CS. Maybe it's something where I'm at the point where I don't even know. Once I get the money for First Entry League, if ESCA would still be on board, because I contacted them so long ago. And it might be something where ESCA would be on board if I paid them a fee, which we could work into the budget, but, you know, it would be one of those things where I'd have to retest the waters, essentially, right? Because it's been a while. But yeah, that makes sense. I sent you a message on Twitter. I appreciate you, CY. You're the best, man. You're awesome. So, oh, that's going to be so much fun. That is going to be a lot of fun. That's like, cause, I mean, it's just bad servers, or I think it's kind of a barrier. Some people for ESCA to require premium. That's what they wanted the first time I talked to them, is they wanted everybody to have ESCA Premier, and I thought, like, status, and I thought, like, worst comes to worst, I'll just buy it for them for the few months that they need to compete in the league. Like, it wouldn't be that bad, but I think if I could just, instead, I think it would be better if I could just pay the fee, and then they could just put anti-cheat on the server, so Premier's not required. I think it would be a much better, like, way to go, you know? I just think that would be a better option. Like, what the? Woo! I spun.
Still there?
I slammed into everybody. I'm gonna have so many drivers pissed at me after this race. It's gonna be unbelievable. Like, what do they do with the Premier fee and league fee? Do they contribute to the prize money to your league? I'd be down to sponsor some people to whoever needs, but to pay ESCA, but can't. Let's see, because if they want a fee and the fee's like 1,000, I'll be like, easy.
You got room. You're clear there.
But if they want a fee and the fee's like $5,000, I'd be like, no, like no.
You're all clear on the bottom there.
So.
All clear.
Woo, woo.
Clear low.
But I don't know what they would ask for the fee, right? So.
Got one down low now. You got room. You're clear there.
And I imagine if they were willing to run the tournament with no fee, but just the requirement that everybody has Premier, I would imagine
You're clear there.
the fee would not be particularly too high. I would imagine it would be pretty reasonable. We'll put it that way.
You're clear all around there.
But
All right. You're clear
because
there.
what's Premier? $10 a month, right? It's about $10 a month, right? So you figure $50 a team. I told them at the time 18, so they would be looking at $400
You're clear there.
for the whole tournament. Like, and if the tournament lasts 2 months, $800. Like,
You got room.
you know, that's something that could be worked into the budget. That's not something to snuff at.
Clear all around.
You know, or I mean, that's not, you know, something to get too worried about, I should say. But if it's like, you know, $4,000, $5,000, then I'd be like, you know what? Now you're asking for a bit much. But I would understand why, because they bring obviously all the referee personnel and everything else into it. So.
You got room. You're clear there. Clear high. Clear high.
We'll get it done. There's going to be an announcement about the league. Yeah, it'll be mentioned around the same fee. It's $10 a month for Prem. There's sales at the end of the year where I get it like a year for like $30. League fees are like 10 to 15 depending on the division. Yeah, it's not. They're not much.
You got room. You're clear.
I think. The other thing is, there's going to be. I was going to say there's going to be an announcement within the next 2 to 3 weeks about the league. It's not going to be huge. It's not going to be the league starting. It's not going to be, but it's going to be another step towards the league starting.
All right. Clear low.
And that announcement will come in about 2 to 3 weeks. So, gonna eyes emoji all up. Cool. Looking forward to it though. Steps are good. Yeah. So.
Still there. Low clear.
Hitting that rev limiter. 25 to go this time by. Oh, there's a slam into the wall. Still no damage somehow. My front end looking rough. But.
Bottom's clear. Clear all around.
Oh,
You're all clear up top there. You got room. You're clear there.
I just. Went way too far around. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But yo, I'm so excited for this server shit because I kind of thought. I mean, this is also why I really want to make the stock market stuff work, like really badly. And don't get me wrong, it's going well. Like, I looked at it today. We're up like, I think it was 814% from our initial investment. Like, I'm doing well. But I thought, man, if I can get it to a point where it's paying a good amount of money, like, I was thinking a nerd streak. First off, what would be sick is a 1.6 tournament. Anybody actually just wants to kick off 1.6, like that would be fucking amazing. But just retro tournaments like that, Unreal Tournament, Halo, or Halo 2, like all those old games people used to play, man, that are still just absolute classics. Like that shit would be so much fun. Oh shit, 1.6, yeah. I eventually want to do something like that. If I ever make a shit ton of money, is I just gonna ram Lassard like there's no tomorrow. Because there's this group of, I don't know if they were Russian or Kazakhstani or but they spoke Russian, I'll put it that way. And they used to come into the LAN at Nerd Street. back on like 3rd and Poplar, pre-COVID, and they would show up like 11:30 at night on a Sunday night or Saturday night, and they would just play 1.6 for like 2 hours, 3 hours against each other. They would just play pickup games of 1.6 against each other, and they would just shout at each other real loud at Russian. And it was just the most hilarious thing because they would just get tilted and shit, and I'm like, this is fucking amazing. Like, and then at the end of the night, they would go just like off and get cheesesteaks or some shit. I'm like, that's fucking banging, man. That's what gaming's about. So, a 1.6 tournament would be fucking amazing, and I'm surprised. That's awesome. Yeah, and I'm like, I'm surprised nobody's ever thought of like, why don't we throw it back? Like, everybody loves a throwback. Like, ESCA, like, the Minecraft Cups are cool. You know what I mean? Like, all that stuff I think is cool. But throw it back, man. Like, have a 1.6 tournament or a weekend, like a cash cup, but it's 1.6 every once, you know. Just see who turns up for that kind of shit. I bet you if you did it, if you didn't do it every weekend, if you did it like 3 times a year, 2 times a year, I bet you'd get people, you know what I mean? You get people to show up for that. At Knights did that once with the Boomer Bowl, I think. Something like the Boomer. They had like a. I don't know if it was for Valorant. I thought it was for CS, but they did like a Boomer Bowl where you had to be at least 25 to play. And they got a bunch of old timers playing it, and I'm like, that's kind of neat, but like, imagine the Boomer Bowl plus 1.6. I hope to run some events soon. Tune it. Just in the meantime, before your league is up and running. Also hope to gauge interest because I know a lot of people moved to the Val Boomer Bowl. That's great. Yeah. I know a lot of people. Xset just moved to Val as well, and I'm like, I understand why they moved to Val. Like, they're a very, very, very good team. There's no events that they would go for. Like, even the ambush cups and things like that, the small cups, they didn't play for. And, like, they could probably just transition over and just dominate Val. Dude, you can't slide up the track like that, brother. Not when I'm coming. Oh, man. I need to pit. That was a lot of damage. But, like, I understand why they would, right? But I don't know. I'm like, especially with the VC, the game changers coming up, right? But so I'm not. I mean, I'm upset they're leaving CS, but I understand why. I just think I don't know. I think a lot of teams took a lot of players just jumped ship because they thought they had an opportunity, and I think a lot of those players kind of don't. But I mean, some do, but some I think like the ANU girls, for example. The ex-ANU girls jumped it, saying more so sad, but I get it too. That's where the money's at, I guess. I'm not playing CS for the money though. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I understand you would say like that's where the money's at. Like, you're right, but like for some people it worked. Like I was gonna say, like the ex-ANU girls, like Natty, Naomi, like they've all had success in Val, where they didn't find it in CS, right? And I'm not saying they were bad CS players. I used to absolutely love that team, and it's been an absolute pleasure and an honor to cast those girls when they were ANU Esports and whatnot. But you know, they didn't find the success in CS that they had in Val. But then I think a lot of people went to Val looking like they were going to have the opportunity, and they're just not good enough at either game. You know what I mean? Or they're not as good at Val as they are in CS, and they aren't necessarily gonna make it, I think. And you know, every individual has to kind of weigh that. That comes off saying very harsh, like seeming very harsh, but every individual has to kind of assess that their own risk, right? And assess that risk, you know. I mean, CS hasn't changed. There's not really been much of an opportunity for him in CS had they even stayed anyway. So I guess no harm, no foul, right? But you know. Yeah, exactly. I watched them in CS as well. Yeah. I don't know.
Careful. Still there.
I don't mind that friends of mine like Kay and all have gone over to Valorant. Like I get that. I don't mind that.
5 to go. 5 to go.
I always said
Got one
you
teammate
want to jump,
inside.
jump, but
You're all
if
clear on the
I
top
don't
there.
like the ones that jump and then come turn around and be like, CS is terrible, blah 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 blah, like Strong Legs did. And he was like, oh, I played the game and it was awful. The gunplay's terrible. It's like, bitch, you played this game for fucking 10 years. Like, sit down. Like, telling me the gunplay's terrible and all this shit. You like you 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 just trying to win brownie points. Like everybody sees through that shit. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Don't be fake.
All clear.
So.
You got room. You're clear there.
3 more. And this race is done. I hate the dirt track so much, man. I just hate dirt racing. I'm gonna get so many complaints. And then when we go back to standard tracks, I'll be fine. I'll be clean as a whistle at standard tracks. I can't help it with the dirt. But might pop over and race the sprint race. I haven't decided yet. I gotta do the sprint race in F1, so. CY providing the game break update that Steam's back up. I watched that thing. I watched the down detector like a hawk to see if it was back up. And it was just Steam is down, Steam is down, Steam is down. So I watched the Phillies for like 3 innings. Actually, it's more like 6 innings. And they were just terrible. So I was like, I can't handle this. So I think there's one benefit in Val that I can support, which is just more women participating because there's events for it. That is true. Like the fact that they have an actual calendar with actual events. You know, I don't even ask for my events to be backed by the developer. I'm not saying Valve should come in and back the events. I think we should get a women's major, but that's a different topic for a different day. But I think, like, the fact that there's at least, like, a structured schedule where you have events with considerable prize money, and then you have a tier 2 with women's events, like the Sakura Cups, with considerable prize money, and the women can keep competing, and it's not 1 to 2 tournaments a year. Yes, that's a huge bonus. That's something that Valorant does right. I talked to the organizer. Yeah, prize money is key too, for sure. Yeah, which is why I'm a little worried about first entry, because I think the budget's so high for first entry. But I think the prize money is going to. I don't want people to look at it and go, "Why is the prize money so small for a high budget event?" And I'm like, well, it just, you know what I mean? Because production costs so much, and you know what I mean? Like the server fees cost so much, and everything else. Like Steam is down. I can't connect to CS server still, because we want to pay everyone and put on a good experience. Exactly. Like I don't want to just pay. That's probably. Oh, I got moderate driving. Are you kidding me? I beat the car. I beat the shit out the car. How did I get moderate driving? I'm gonna have to apologize for everybody. Yeah, apologize. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah. Banged up everybody on that race. Steam is still down. I thought you said Steam was up. No. Let me go. Steam is up. Steam is steamdown.com says Steam is up. So, oh, it's another Extreme Dirt Tour race. Why did I freaking do this? But look at this, man. Dirt Tour, Truck Series, Xfinity Series, right in a row. Bang, bang, bang. So, at least I'm almost done the Dirt Tour, because I really hate the dirt. And this is the road course, too. Man. So, oh well, enough of that. I am out. I'm actually just going to mute the game, or mute this real quick. Because when I back out to quit NASCAR Heat 4, it goes to the main menu and that plays copyrighted music. So, yeah, do. Now I'm going to reboot Steam. See if we can get the F1 back. Do I have the... Yes, Logitech G Hub is launched. So I meant Steam is up, but CS can't connect to servers. Mate, can you imagine all the Premier games and like ESEA games and everything else that were scheduled tonight, and nobody can connect? Like, can you imagine all the Premier games that were supposed to go on tonight? Nobody can connect to the servers. Yep, big rip. That is one. That is one. I told a friend this. I said the one thing I'm kind of glad now that I've taken a step back from Premier casting, and I do miss Premier casting. I do love Premier casting. Like, I love that division. I loved all the staff. I loved my fellow casters. Like, it just felt like a carnival every time I went to cast. Like, it just was an awesome experience. But the one thing I am glad is that I don't have to be up at 9:30. Like, there'll be series that start at 9:30 and it's a best of 3, and I don't have to be up for this series and then it's delayed until 9:45 because nobody's in the server on time, and then, it's, or you get the nights like tonight where there's a massive update and everybody waits around till 10:30 before the series actually winds up freaking starting, and then you have to do a best of 3 starting at like 10:30 at night, and you go into work the next day and you're wrecked out of your mind because you didn't get enough sleep. Like, definitely, definitely, definitely don't miss that. 100% don't miss that part. That's that's the wheel. I need to change everything now, actually. Yeah, yeah. Props to you, but you always put in the effort. Uh, there were a few times where I really, really, really wasn't feeling it, I gotta say. I tried not to ever let it seem like I was phoning it in, and I'm not gonna say I ever did phone in something. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there were times where, like, I was definitely, definitely out of it. Like, and not in a condition where I should have been casting. I'll put it that way. This is driver career. Benny's driver career. Benny's driver career. I gotta change the title, everything. So, like I said, I'm not saying I phoned it in. I'm just saying there were times where I probably wasn't in the condition where I should have been casting. Uh, so race 2, Spain. Actually, it's not even race 2. It's like race 4. It's race 4, Spain. F1. F1, please. Thank you. 2021. Bang. Done. So that's fine though. We all got those days. Yeah. I mean, if you remember, I don't know how far back you want to go, but I remember one night specifically. Um, I was at Nerd Street. I think it was a Friday night, I wanted to say, and it was during the winter of 2019. I want to say it was 2019, and uh, I think I had basically I had stopped. Whoa, lag spike. Whoa, whoa. I had a bit of a lag spike there. Sorry. I think what had happened was I think I stopped by the land center. Why am I having encoding issues now that I've switched games? Like, it should just be able to go smoothly. I had this problem the other night. Interestingly enough. Are the F1 servers up, by the way? The F1 servers might not be up either. Let me hit stop recording. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Should be good. It should be coming back now. I don't know what happened, but like recent, I used to record all the streams while I streamed it, and then I would upload the VOD because I could record the VOD at a much higher quality, and then it would go to YouTube in a nice quality. But it looks like I'm just gonna have to download the VODs from Twitch and then re-upload them now. But no, what I was gonna say was I remember, I think Wednesday night I went to Nerd Street, right? And they were open to midnight on Wednesdays. And I think I'd worked like, I think I'd worked 8:30 to 7, right? And I went to Nerd. And I casted until like 11:30 at night. And I went home. And the drive home was like an hour 15. So I got home around like almost 1 in the morning. Went to bed, woke up again at like 5. Went back to work. I worked like a 7 to 7, and then came into to Nerd Street again and cast it to like 12:31 in the morning, and then I drove home and I got home at like 2 in the morning that Thursday night, and then I woke up at 6 and I did like an 8 to 6:30 on that Friday night, and that Friday night I was casting. I was staying at my sister's in the city, thank God, but I was casting all the way up till 2 o'clock. Sad. I can't record and stream at the same time, but otherwise I would do the same. Yeah, I know. I feel bad because like I can upload to to YouTube in like 15,000 kbps, but I can only stream up to Twitch in like 2,800. So it's kind of like the quality difference is like huge. But anyway, yeah, that night, so that like that Friday, obviously I was very tired, and I was casting to like 1. I think it was supposed to go all the way through to 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was doing a Dignitas game. It was a replay. It wasn't a live game, but it was. I think it had just happened that night or the night prior, and I just fell asleep for like 4 rounds, 4 or 5 rounds, like just on air, straight microphone in hand, like leaning forward with my head like against my fist that had the microphone on it, like just breathing like. Just I didn't even have the microphone then. No, I was just I had this headset I'm using now, so I was literally just breathing into the headset. I was so exhausted, and I woke up and I finished the cast. I actually apologized, and somebody was here in the stream. I can't remember who, and they were like, "Don't worry about it. We get it. You're tired. You've worked all day and streamed all night." And I finished the Dignitas game, and I just remember I was like, "Fuck it. I'm gonna do the last VOD like tomorrow," and I just went home, or I went to my sister's, crashed, and came back to Nerd Street the next day and streamed like 12 hours. So, I remember those days. I remember those days. So, I kind of miss being at Nerd Street though. Like the moment they come back, boom, I'm there, 100%, because I want to stream in HD. And the only problem I can see is you had to install the games on the PC if they didn't have them. Which
Welcome back for the final
CS
event of
was
the
popular
weekend,
enough
the
that it
sprint
was always
race.
on the
Here,
PC,
the
right?
top
Like
eight
League of
will get
Legends
today's
was,
feature race a reverse to make up the
CS
good for us.
was,
Just a
Overwatch
few minutes,
was.
those drivers will be
Formula
hurtling
One
down.
wouldn't be, so I would have to download. Are they still close to? Yes, they're still close. Well, they have an
Alongside me
address.
today, I'm delighted
They
to
have a
welcome back
really
to the
small
commentary
center
box the 2012
at
GP2 champion Davide Valsecchi. There
where
looks
is
to
it
be a
at
challenging
actually?
race ahead of the drivers today, Davide. With
Fox
that in
Street,
mind,
I want to say,
what are you looking
in
out
Philadelphia.
for today?
And if you look at the neighborhood,
to see
it's
how
horrific.
the drivers at the back of
Like
the
it's
grid
one
are
of
going
the
to
worst
run.
neighborhoods in
They
Philly.
need to make
And
an impact in the early stages.
I have a
and they are
lot of
probably
equipment,
hoping for
and
a
that
bit of
equipment
luck
is
at the
very
start.
expensive.
We may see
So if I were to go
some
down there
bold maneuvers
commentate,
out there
like
today.
I would not want to bring this much equipment down there. Like I'll wait till they open the Center City location,
here we
and I'll
go.
go to the
I know what
downtown
you can
Center
do.
City
Don't let me
location.
down.
Because that other neighborhood is just not, uh, it's not good. So, no real strategy to select between the two. Just soft on the hards, which is what 26 seconds more, just under, and or just the straight hards for all 26 laps. So yeah, like that's the point. Like I could have gone that Fox Street location's been open for like 6 or 7 months now, but it is very tiny. It's where they had the road to Philadelphia in. So like maybe 2 to 4 rows of PCs, that's it. And that neighborhood is very bad, very bad. So that neighborhood is basically where West Philadelphia, which is notoriously very bad, meets North Philadelphia, which is notoriously even worse. So, because my dad was a police officer in North Philadelphia, in the neighborhood that's right. I mean, and when I mean next door, I mean like 2 blocks away, 2 to 3 blocks away from where their current location is, and I mean, it's bad. he, it statistically for years when he worked that district, it was the worst district for violent crime. So, not necessarily something I want to bring over $1,000 worth of equipment to, especially when it gets dark out and it's nighttime. So, I just didn't risk it. So, reverse grid, we won the feature race and we won it on pitch strategy. So we are. How's Glenwood area in Philly? I think that's where my aunt lives. Glenwood area. Let me. Where is it? Hold on. Glenwood area in Philly. I'm trying to remember where that's at, actually. I might have to look that up. The name's definitely familiar. I just cannot remember in relation to other neighborhoods where it's at. Oh. Yeah, Glenwood's not really that great. Glenwood's down by Lehigh and Broad. It's not really that nice down there. It's worse south of that when you get into like. Yeah, no, it's not nice down there. I hate to say it. The street she lives on is really long. It is probably Broad. She probably lives on Broad if she's in Glenwood, or she could live on Lehigh. And Lehigh and Broad is not a nice area. Same if she's a block down in Kensington area. Yeah, I've been there. It's Lehigh. Yeah, Lehigh is not usually a nice area of the city, no matter what part of Lehigh you're on. Because you're right. I mean, unless you're by the waterfront, but even then, that's Strawberry Mansion area. That's very bad there. It's very bad. And then on the other side, East Kensington, it's actually a little bit better over at East Kensington. But not by much. I mean, she would have to be like right by the water. We're talking like Old Richmond or Port Richmond, like that area. That's okay. But Glenwood is pretty bad. So that's right around where my dad used to actually do his police work. He did it, I think, right below that, right near the Temple University, which is like 5-10 blocks south of that. So, yeah, that's probably one of the worst areas. Not Glenwood, but where the Temple University is one of the worst areas of the city. So, but I'm trying to think of where they say this. They say this land center they have is at East Falls, and it's not really East Falls, but it's somewhere around there. And even then, it's not great, but still, I'm trying to think of where it's at actually. It's not in Strawberry Mansion. It should be north of that. But either way, yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna get this feature race underway, or the sprint race, I should say, underway. We've got a formation lap to do. I gotta wait for the first 7 cars to get off the formation lap. Sonoda's right in front of us. Matsu Sheets is behind us.
If you can, we need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs.
So 1 and 2, or 2 and 3 in the championship are right in front of me, Sonoda and Armstrong. And they're going to start 7th and 6th. It's reverse grid from the feature race. So if you finish first in the feature race, you start 8th in the sprint race. If you finish 8th in the sprint race, you start first in the feature, or if you finish 8th in the feature race, you start first in the sprint race. If you finish below 8th, you just start where you finished. All right, have a good race. I'm going to try CS. All right, sounds good, CY. Thank you so much for stopping by. Whenever you're in Philly, hit me up. We'll definitely hang out.
Looking good.
So, For sure, next month. Yeah, excited for it. So. All right. Oof. So yeah, Sonoda is right behind us in the championship. We have a good lead in the drivers. We have a good lead in the drivers because we've won all 3 races so far. Some of them a little bit nervy, some of them very close, but we've won all 3. This is number 4. The race is going to be dry. I didn't really have the pace that Sonoda had in the wet, but he stopped twice and I only stopped once. And that 30 kind of 26-second gap that was the pit stop was enough for me to maintain the lead and win the race. So we are hoping that we can have the pace in the dry. Very, very quickly,
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
I have a bot in that channel, so I have to eliminate the bot. So let me give it a second. Ban, Tina Riff, bot. Boom, done, gone. See you later. So, rest of the grid's forming up. And we are going to get ready to go here with the sprint race. So, ah, fuck. I jumped the start. Let's restart the session. They held those lights for so long. And then they go instantly this time. Like, Jesus. Are we off the line well? We're off the line okay. Joe is not off the line well, though. I'm going to try to... Oh, man. That was very dangerous. Joe coming at us.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Nah, Joe's got me on the outside because I had to actually hit the brake there. Or we're going to dive bomb him going into this turn to try and get the position back. I tried to have a run at Sonoda on the outside, but he kind of shut the door on me, and then I wanted to defend from Joe, but I had to slam the brake because I was going to rear end Sonoda and lose a piece of the wing, like almost like I was going to do there. Yo, exceeded the track, but this motherfucker hit me. Race director, there's got to be a warning. He didn't even get a warning. I got shunted in the back, and they got no warning. Remember, Sector 3 is the sector I'm kind of very slow at, actually, so Sonoda might be, especially this last chicane, he is going to have quite a bit of speed. Yeah, he just rockets off that corner. Try to use the slipstream. He's trying to defend towards the outside. He's made his move. He's made his move. He broke deeper. But I'm on the throttle earlier, and I've got the position. That is P5. That is a nice move for P5. Ooh, we had a really hard break there. Daruvla now. Which if we can get past him, we'll bump him. Ah, I've got to rewind. I nailed the wing. Anybody watching, by the way, who is not a subscriber, you are about to get an ad, so stand by. It should be the last one of the stream, but just fair warning. decent run out that turn. I might be able to dive bomb Darula here. And I am. Look at that. Darula
Nice move. Good job.
has been dive bombed. And he is in P5. So now, I'm not familiar with the sprint points, but it would be, if I can get up the field a little bit more, we might be able to reclaim the constructors off of Carlin. Remember, they are, I want to say 3 or 2 points ahead of us, something like that. We got a really good run out. Look at Schwartzman. We're just absolutely ringing in Schwartzman. We go to the outside here. He wants to break deeper. We're on the outside, so it takes longer to get by, but we've got the move done, and it is P3. We're outside the range for Delatraz. We're reeling him in. Tictum is 2.2 off the road, though. He's showing good pace. Like, Delatraz is outside of DRS range. We're trying to stay within DRS range. What we're going to have to be careful of is that the fact that, well, first off, that corner every single time. Every single time with that corner, like, in the feature race, it was all the time, because feature race was wet, but it just, I hate this track. Yep, that sucked. Thanks, Tony. Confirmation from Tony that indeed did super the balls. It did sugoi on those nuts. But I didn't get DRS on him going down into turn, I think, 9. I don't have DRS on him on the straight. And Tictum's just, look at the gap to Tictum now. Tictum's put another 10th between us and him, another 10th to 2 between us and him. So we need to find some pace here if we want to have a go towards first place. I feel like, all right, we're gonna have to rewind because that's 2 fucking warnings as well. You get a third, it's a 3-second time penalty, so I'm not trying to get a 3-second time penalty that early. Like that turn 1, we gain a lot of speed. I mean, look at how much we cut off from Delatraz in that turn 1, and we cut off a lot from Tictum as well. Oh, I can't make the move on Delatraz, so. Me fighting Delatraz for P2 is only going to help Tictum for the time being. But I'm so good in turn 1, but I'm not good in turn whatever that is, 6. But good racing overall. By the way, I'm still here. Or as a famous saying, insert foot to mouth. It's alright, Tony. Those days are few and far between now, my friend. Do you still keep in contact with Hoagie, by the way? I don't keep in contact with anyone from college. You're like the only one. He gets so much run out of me. I'm going to have DRS, but Schwartzman behind me just set the fastest lap of the race. Trying the outside pass. He might have it. No, we're trying. Side by side. Up turn 4. And I think we just took it from him. We have just nailed P2, and now we are free to try and chase down Mr. Dan Tictum. a driver who in real life I cannot stand. I think he's an absolute arse. Absolutely, they're all on Facebook, which the mighty Benny doesn't do. I don't like Facebook. I fucking hate Facebook. I even fucking hate Instagram now. I don't even use Instagram anymore. I used to. I used to be on Instagram. But then Facebook bought it and it just is absolute garbage now. So, I don't have Instagram. Oh, I ran that way wide. Need to find pace here. Tictum is, Tictum's really quick in that middle sector, and I am not as quick. Fastest lap of the race for us.
Lap of the race so far.
So we are not. Delatraz. I'm sorry, that's Darubla who. Sonoda's gotten around Darubla. But we really gained on Tictum there. I would love to be within DRS range when we go down towards turn 9, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Because I have to be ever so cautious around that turn 6 and 7. And then also it's a little tricky for this turn 8. We don't have DRS, but we are gaining. I remember, I still try to talk to Andrew and Sean. Hoagie is doing softball and hockey still. Of course, Chris, he's the whole reason we all ever met. Yep. I feel bad because I was not a great individual at college. I felt like I was a terrible person. I feel like I'm a much better individual now than I was back then. Kind of actually slightly ashamed of the person I was back then. We're gonna get DRS? Yes. But I'm glad you keep in touch. That's not to say I don't want to keep in touch. That's just.
Keep this up. Gap to
I don't know.
teammate behind is 10.4.
We're going for the move.
seconds.
We're going for the move. We're going for the move. Tictum breaks deep. Pushes us wide. But we could get him back on a run up here. Yes, that is P1. We have made the pass on Tictum. He tried to squeeze me going into turn 2, but I got him back in turn 3. I ran it wide there. He's right on my ass, actually. He's looking for the inside, and I think I might have to give it to him.
Try to stay with him. He might make a mistake.
He squeezed
Still
me.
regain the position.
He squeezed me a bit there. Oh, but man, come on. Don't. I don't want that. No. Dude, you were funny. You had a lot of stress back then. I did. College. I kind of realized that college wasn't really the right decision. Not because of the people I met, but just because I'm still paying it off, and I didn't graduate. I don't really want to consider going back. Like, I considered going back, but it was going to cost me 55 grand, and I'm like, dude, there's no way. That's why if this stock market stuff works out fine, and it becomes something where I don't have to hold a full-time job, sure, I'll definitely consider going back. But as of right now, like, I just don't enjoy college. I actually think college is, I actually don't like, I'm not a big fan of it right now. I wouldn't, maybe it would be a mistake. A lot of people would probably look at it like that, but I would say if you're coming out of high school, you're much better going off into the workforce and trying to learn how to invest independently than, you know, because you would have no debt and just trying to work your way up through a job like I did. Because if you can keep your head on your shoulders, you ask all the right questions, employers will love that. But I think if you do that, you can move up in your career. I just stay focused on your career and invest on the side and learn how to swing trade and things like that. In 10 years, you'll be way far ahead of somebody who went to college. It's almost better to move up and work to earn a better wage. That, while that is true, yes, there is an extent of truth to that. Inflation is so bad, especially now coming out of the pandemic, that most people, that inflation is outdoes their yearly raises. So like inflation is just so bad nowadays that over the course of 10 years, your spending money will shrink significantly.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 5/10
So, and by spending money, I mean like what you spend on like food, clothing, like, you know what I mean, shelter, things like that. Like your actual spending power will decrease so greatly over 10 years than your wages would if you, just because of inflation, if you didn't move up. Like I hopped around jobs, but I always made sure when I hopped around jobs, I was paid significantly more than my previous job. Every job that I took, bar the first job. The first job I left at $8.06 an hour, and I went to 11. And when I left that job, I was on 13. But after that, every single job I left, I made at least $5 more an hour. And I would not change jobs unless I got that kind of money. So like you have to be able to negotiate for yourself, because those places really pushed back. Like what I asked for, they really were like, well, we don't know if we can do that. And I'm like, well, if you want me, you're gonna pay me that. And it came down to, in the end, they wanted me, and I didn't disappoint them. But you got to be able to negotiate, otherwise you're not going to get to that point. But I kind of got lucky in that sense. Like some people don't move up; they just get a yearly raise every year, and it's not really like just a yearly raise is not gonna. Like I used to know a guy. His claim to fame at work, or so he said, was that he was the lead dishwasher on the shift. Somebody just retired. I think somebody's retiring. I don't know. I think Armstrong might have just blown an engine. But his claim to fame was that he was the lead dishwasher, and he was making like more than other dishwashers at Eaton Park. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I make more compared to them." And he's like, "I'm up to $9.75 an hour," and I'm like, "That is not going to pay any fucking bill that you need to pay." Like, dang, good job. Oh fuck, whoa fuck, I'm not paying attention. So I'm like, dude, oh no, it's Samaya. Samaya's out. I knew somebody blew an engine, bro. But yeah, I'm like, dude, and he was older than me at the time. I think at the time we had this conversation, I was 24, and I had just moved into I want to say I just moved into a job that was going to pay me at least double that. And he was like so happy he made $9.75, and I was like,
we're leading our teammate.
bro, it's just not gonna
seconds.
It's just not gonna pay the bills at the end of the day. Like $9.75 an hour is just not gonna cut it. Like, especially when the living wage in PA was like $19 an hour at the time, something like that. So yeah, he was gonna struggle, man. Dear goodness, $9 ain't nothing. That's why I'm just waiting to see what happens to teacher pay. I know. You guys are always underpaid. But my point is, like, if I was making, say, let's say I was making 20 an hour, right? And that averaged to like $55,000 a year, right? With the debt that I had, you know, it's tough. You don't really have a ton of wiggle room, right? But if you make $55,000 a year and you have no debt, you just have, say, a credit card, a basic car payment. We're talking like $100, $150 a month max. You know, you kept your credit card spending under control. You only used it for like car repairs, things like that. You know, charge it up, shit like that. So let's say your credit card was like $25 to $40 a month, and you had rent. Like, you could probably make $50,000 a year work very well for you. So that's why I'm like, if you can get to a point, I think now, where you can make $50,000 to $60,000 a year off just your work experience, which is 100% possible, and you had no debt, and you took some of that money and you invested it, you would probably be better off in 10 years. Because here's the thing, if you're young and you come out of college and you're 18, 19, or I'm sorry, you're say 22, 21, 22, and you live at home for the next, say, 2 to 3 years, and you take all the money you would be spending on rent, or I'm sorry, not college. The whole point is that you don't go to college of this argument. So let's say you're 18, you come out of high school, you're 18, let's say you live at home till you're 23, 5 years, right? And you take some of that money that you make, and let's say you start out, you're only making like $20,000 a year, right? Because you don't have a college degree. And you get to a point by the end of the 5 years, you're making $42,000 a year. And you take some of that money with no debt, and you invest it. 10, 15 years time, you're going to be golden.
Great work.
Pennsylvania is going under it if it continues like flat. I know.
That's
like that, I know.
Fastest lap of the race.
But I wish I invested sooner, that's all. I really do wish I invested sooner. Especially since it's going so well. Because if I had invested sooner, I actually, in all honesty, if I invested when I was 25, if I started investing when I was 25, I could probably be in a point where, like, maybe 15 years I could retire. Whereas now I'm really going to have to graft for 15 years in trading to even get remotely close to that. But we are through halfway this time by. So I think our stream timer actually says like 10 minutes left, but we're probably going to be a good like 20. But we are halfway through the sprint race this time by. I do want to return that though. I still keep in contact with Samantha. Samantha? Sam Brown, you mean, or? Which Samantha do you mean? So. Sam, yeah, the one I was going out with. I didn't know you were going out with one. Tony, you dropping news on me, brother. That was a long time ago. I probably forgot, bro. It was a long time ago. Can you believe it's been, what, 11 years? I think it'll be 12 years this May. Since I left Cal. I think it'll be 12 years.
Good job. That was the
Friends with
fastest lap of the
Andrea?
race so far.
I mean, shit, I don't know, bro. You know me. I was quiet back then. I mean, you used to argue with me all the time, so not really, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. But no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I remember jumping on, or yeah, I never did things just to do them. Like, what am I going to do? Jump up on Eddie's couch like it's something to do? Yeah, I remember jumping on Eddie's couch. That's basically what I just said. $12 years, I think. Yeah, it'll be 12 years, bro. I'll be 34 by the time it is. Can you imagine? I'll be 34, brother. Ooh, she's loose and she's into the wall. I remember because I left in May 2010, man. I left in May 2010. I had no idea what I wanted to do in life. I still didn't. I just hated college. But I didn't think there was any alternative, and I came home and I started working.
That was the fastest
Oh, whatever,
lap
you're
of the
still
race.
one.
Keep this
Yeah,
up.
I am, but you're right. Tony, you're right, but being or getting into esports makes me feel very
The car
old.
behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap form.
And the reason I say that is because I remember going to like Cincinnati around that time I was in college, going to Erie, going to different places. And I remember, maybe not Erie, but I remember going to Cincinnati, and I remember in the summers in between college, or not in between college, but those summer years, I would go to Reading, I would go to Allentown, you know, and I would compete. And I would win like 25 bucks, 50 bucks, you know what I mean? 100 bucks, things like that. I remember that specifically. And you know, I never thought of it as esports back then, right? So then when I see things like CSGO, and I realize there is like an actual scene for competitive video gaming, and I compare it with a love and a passion I have for broadcasting, and well, dude, you're one of the smartest people I know. I appreciate that. I'm still learning, of course, like everybody else, but I remember, you know, I didn't think of it as esports. Like, that wasn't even a term back then. And then, you know, the World Cyber Games happened, and then I find CSGO, I find League of Legends first, and then I find CSGO, and I realize that, like, competitive video gaming is actually, like, a huge market now, and there's massive tournaments in, like, MSG and freaking, you know, the Barclays Center in New York, and that's the real deal. And I look around at those tournaments, and I see people who are 18, 16, 22, 24, 21, and not like it just makes me feel very old. The magnitude is extreme. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. I don't know, man. That's not a bad thing. Like, I'm not complaining. I always say I wouldn't want to be a different age. Like, I wouldn't want to be younger again. Because I look back and I realize I misspent those years so much. And it's not something I control. So it's not something I can control anymore. So it's not like I can go back and just change it. So I try not to worry about it, right? I try not to think about it. But you just try to understand what the mistakes were when I was that age, so I don't repeat them in my current age, right? Like, that's part of learning. But I think that's why I say I wouldn't want to be any other age than the age I am right now. I wouldn't want to be older and I wouldn't want to be younger. I'm kind of happy where I'm at, but at the same time, like, I don't know, man. I see a lot of like commentators coming up in the scene. I love them all. They're fantastic people. You know, Phi, Upmind. You know, even Jose, to a lesser extent, because he is kind of closer to my age. But like, they're all younger people, and some of them, like I see Duguay going over to Europe, and he's a commentator full time, and like, oh come on, every time with that turn. It used to be turn 8 now, or it used to be this turn, and now it's turn 8. It used to be turn 6, now it's turn 8. Absolutely, my students are surprised because I play video games. My coworkers are surprised I still play video games. Like, it's still a passion. I'm like, this is a passion I've had since I was 4. Like, I used to sit in front of the TV for hours and play N64, and I'm not N64, sorry. At that time it was Super NES and NES, original NES, and I would play all sorts of games for hours. And that was when I was 4, and I'm 33 now, and I still play every single night. I have to play a game, but my point generally is, like, I see a lot of people coming up in the industry, in esports, and you know, good people, but they're all, you know, some of them don't have a job because they're in college, so they do the EU events because it's the middle of the day and they don't have anything going on. And like, I see people like Duguay who signed to an organization, they fly him out to the Czech Republic, he lives in Europe now, like, it's, which, good for him, man. I'm super happy for Duguay. I love Duguay, man. It's fucking awesome, but you know, they're all real young compared to me, like, and 30, 33, 34 in the esports industry is old. And I'm just getting started in the esports industry. Like, I'll be a commentator. I'm going to eventually pick up CS commentary again. Of course, I'm doing Apex Online Racing right now, but I think the important thing is by the time I even establish myself or like a full, you know, long storied legacy in esports, I'll be 45, 50. Oh man, you know, you were the one that got me into the music scene. Shoot, forgot SNES Genesis is better. No, it's fun. What's the alternative? What's the alternative to what? And yes, I still listen to that music. I listened to a mix today. It was from 1994. Graham Park was the DJ. I freaking love 90s house music. I still love 90s house music. Actually, I'm building a playlist, and it grows occasionally, but it's all like old 90s mixes. Some original songs in there, like the original cuts of songs, the record cut, but a lot were B-side dub tracks and things like that. I wish I could play them on stream again, but DMCA law is so incredibly archaic. On Spotify or YouTube? YouTube. Spotify wouldn't have these songs. They're way too obscure. I mean, you're talking like a B-side. You're talking like a B-side dub mix of a single that didn't chart. Like, it would be a single that would like reach like maybe like 64 in the UK. It wouldn't chart in the US. And then you're talking like a B-side dub track of that like 64 ranked song.
Gap to teammate behind is 25.5 seconds.
So, you know, some really obscure stuff, but if you went to the clubs at the time, you would hear it. And that's what I noticed. Like, a lot of those songs from the day and age, like, they either charted really high because the club mix was popular, like Dream. If you remember Dream, you probably don't, but if you remember Dream,
Be aware we expect
like,
the grip levels to start falling away soon.
Things will always, or Things Can Only Get Better, and You Are the Best Thing. The really cheesy '90s songs. The original songs aren't even that like hugely like. I fucking should have turned it in more. But with You Are the Best Thing, for example, the Sasha mix of that song fucking exploded that song. Because that song debuted and it charted like 50 something, 60 something. And Sasha did a remix of it, really went off in the clubs. And then a year and a half later, they re-released the song and it goes like number 8. And it's like, well, had that not been making a round to the clubs at the time, that song probably never gets to a top 10. Auto, Dead Mouse. Yeah, I remember when you used to give me the Dead Mouse. Yeah, Dead Mouse. I still like early Dead Mouse. I'm not a huge fan of his later stuff, but I think it's called Random Album Name or Random Title Album Name or something like that. Was fantastic. And then obviously that was the first one. It had his like head, his like, you know, mouse head as the insignia, but it was red. And then the one that had ghosts and stuff on it, which was blue, was fantastic. That one, I can't remember the name of that one, the actual name of the album. But those two albums were really good from him. Cascade from the time as well. Yeah, very good. That was 2008, I want to say. 2008, I want to say. But yeah, that was kind of the end of house music I really loved. Like, a lot of the stuff that came after kind of 2010, where it went from like house to like dubstep and like happy hardcore, things like that. I just kind of, and it eventually became like trap. I wasn't, and I don't mind some trap. It's not terrible, but I just don't enjoy it anymore. But I'll go back and listen to old school house music any day of the week. Any day of the week. I mean, even all the way up through the early 2000s when you had like Paul Van Dyke and Tiesto and Armin van Buuren. I love that stuff. But like old 90s, like even alternative in 2000s like Bob Sinclair I loved. But like I didn't like the party stuff with David Guetta. I did at the time when I was in college, but I fell out of that really hard because all that was like just generic kind of party shit. It wasn't really house music. But bam, 131.3. Give me that fastest lap. 3 laps to go here in Spain. But like 1990s, like going back to the 90s when you had like Sasha, Paul Oakenfold, Pete Tong, Frankie Knuckles, Eric Murillo, like some fucking amazing music. Eric Prince as well, although he's a little bit later. But you had kind of like that Detroit techno scene, and it led into like Chicago house, like that. Oh man, I just fucking love that shit. I'm gonna run it wide if I don't hit the brake there. I thought I could decelerate it through, but I had to hit the brake. Lundgaard is out of the session. That's 2 straight retirements for Lundgaard. He retired in the feature race in the rain, and he actually caused a virtual safety car. That was lap 2. And here he is on lap 24 of the sprint race, and he has had to retire yet again. Sonoda, by the way, is up to 3rd. So Sonoda has passed his teammate, Jihan Darublaha. He's passed Delatraz. He's passed Robert Schwartzman.
Yellow flag.
And he's made his way up into 3rd place.
Be aware,
There's
there's
Lundgaard.
an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags.
Well, we're green now. Lundgaard's pulled off at the side of track 1, or turn, really, it's like turn 2.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap.
Well, we found that pace in the dry. We did find it. We are going to come home with yet another victory. We had to work for it early to get through the field. We cut through the first few places very easily and eventually got by Tictum. And this is the final lap of the race coming up here. And then we're off to bed. We will, I don't know if we're going to be streaming tomorrow, by the way.
Final lap of the race.
Again, we have a league race at 6:30. So if the league race does conclude quickly, we will definitely stream. But if not, we will be back on Thursday. I was supposed to go live at 7 o'clock tonight, but we kind of waited to see if the Steam servers were going to be up, and then the Steam servers were down for 3 hours. So, just is what it is. Oh, come on, don't. Come on. Fuck's sake. I'm honestly gonna be glad we're done Spain, because I really don't like this track. I don't like Spain, but I think the next track, if I remember correctly, is Monaco, and that is gonna be quite an interesting experience, because I've raced F2 cars around a few tracks here in this game, but I have not done it around Monaco, and obviously with Monaco, it is impossible to pass around there, so I'm interested to see how Monaco goes. We didn't get pole. We didn't qualify on pole for the feature race. That was Schwartzman. He took the 4 points from us. But we are going to come home with all the points in both races. It's a win in Spain.
I want a pizza, Jeff.
Give me my pizza, Jeff.
Awesome driving today. That's 4 race wins in a row.
4 race wins in a row. 2 sprint, 2 feature. Mick Schumacher is actually going to get driver of the day in the Prima.
Well, that may not have been the finest race in history, but there's no question
Big
that
win.
was a critical win. Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
Big win. Now, Dan Ticknam gets second. Thanks, Davide, by the way.
After the excitement of the race, but I'm sure
Dams
it's
gets their
nothing
first
compared
podium
to our
with Dan
drivers
Ticknam.
here. They've worked hard to make it up
Sonoda
there,
gets
and it's
another
great to see
podium.
them
So
make their way
Sonoda
out onto the
and
podium.
myself are the only 2 drivers who have podiumed in every race thus far. Sonoda has 2 thirds and 2 seconds. We have 4 wins. So we lead the drivers. we lead the F2 championship, the drivers F2 championship. Am I going to be able to break? I think I just am going to level up tonight here to 22. Nice. So I got the podium pass to level
And now
22.
let's take a look at the driver's standings. Duchess increases their championship lead. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for?
My driver of the day is Mick Schumacher.
They gave it to Schumacher
With
because he
this
started
team,
19th
Prima
and he
Power
finished
Team,
10th.
They made the difference on the race strategy. Fantastic.
On to the teams then. And after all that excitement, I think it's time for a lie down. Thanks
So-
for joining us, and we'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
So Samaya didn't finish. Lundgaard didn't really finish either, but he finished 3 laps down. Zhou finished in 20th from P4. He really fell off there. What happened to Guan Yu Zhou? 4th position on the grid. He finishes P20. The other Dams finishes 19th. That's Sean Galale. Nikita Mazepin in the high-tech is down 1 in 18th from his starting position. PK improves 4 for Charouz. Remember, they picked up their first points in the feature race. He finishes P17. Sato finishes 16th in the Trident. His teammate, Roy Nassani, is 1 above him in 15th. They swapped places. Our teammate finished down 2, Artem Makalov in the BWT. He's in P14. Drogovic is up 1 in the MP Motorsport in 13. Aiken finishes up 1 in the Campos in 12. Giotto in 11th in high-tech. Driver of the day, Mick Schumacher. He started P19 because he had a horrendous feature race where we kind of clipped his front wing off the car, and he finished, I think, like P9. Well, he finished P19 off the back of it. He was running in the points, so he didn't do well in the feature race in the rain. He improves in the drive, but not enough to get into the top 8, which is the points-paying positions in the sprint race. Obviously, in the feature race, it's the top 10. Calamailot finishes on the outside, looking in, up a position in 9th for Uni Virtuosi. ART for Armstrong down 2. He still gets a point. MP Motorsport pick up 2 more points with Nobuharu Mashishita climbing 2. And Daruvlaha finishes down a position in 6th. He's 4 points for Carlin. His teammate gets 10. So we increase. We get 3 points over Carlin today in the constructors. More on that in a minute. Delatraz with Charouz, who started on pole, finishes 5th. So he gets 2 straight points finishes for Charouz to climb out of the bottom of the championship standings. Schwartzman did well in Prima, even though they dropped 2 places to finish 4th, and then obviously Sonoda, Ticknam, and myself. So let's go to the standings in the drivers. Lundgaard, PK, Mazepin, Galil, Nassani, Sato, Aiken, Markelov, our teammate in 15th. He's actually improved. Samaya is the highest non-points finishing driver now in 14th. Then it's Drogovic for MP Motorsport on a single point. Matsushita has now brought home 5 for that team. And Ilat's got 9 for Uni Virtuosi. Delatraz for Charouz has got 10. Nicely done by him. Giotto has 12. Schwartzman is going to be up to 14. Guan Yu Zhou down to 7th with 16. Dan Ticknam picks up a shit ton of points today, and he actually improves to 6th position in the Dams. He's tied with Mick Schumacher, who's down to 5th on 26. Armstrong is up in to 4th with 30 points, and then it's the 2 Carling drivers, Daruvlaha with 36 and Sonoda with 55. We are 37 clear at the top. on 92. The team standings, what we're trying to win is the Constructors. Trident is at the bottom. Campos is also not to score. MP Motorsport improved to 6 points, but they remain in ninth. Charoux get points as well. They're going to be up to 10. They're now going to start to pressure High Tech for 7th, who have 12. Dams, with the podium finish, really climb on Univuccirosi. They're just a point back of them in 6th, with the Spanish side in 5th. Art are on 30 points. They're in 4th. Prima are now on 40 points. They're in 3rd. And then it's Carlin on 91, 51 points ahead of Prima, and we are just a single point ahead yet again. We came into the weekend just 1 point ahead. Mick Schumacher and Prima took pole from us, otherwise we would be 5, but we finished the weekend just a single point ahead again. So BWT, Carlin, 1 point separating our team and Carlin going into Monaco next race. Looking forward to it. That is going to be spicy. Monaco is the track. That is a tough track, and it's gonna be a wet sprint race for Monaco. We're gonna have a wet sprint race for Monaco here. Feature race should be dry, practice qualifying dry, but the rain is coming in Monte Carlo. That is gonna be, I mean, it's already tricky track. That is gonna be extremely tricky. But that is going to be it for me. We're going to quit to the main menu. We are going to come back. Again, if we're not streaming tomorrow, it'll be Thursday night. But we'll be back one of those 2 nights with the Wolves Angels F1's team. Remember, we finished P13 in our first season of my career. Our teammate Callum Milot's down there in P20th. And we've got Portugal, round 2. Of the Formula One World Championship, the first of 10 seasons with Wolves Angels F1 team, and it's Portugal. We have yet to race on that track, actually, because they just released it last Tuesday, so definitely want to see how that goes. But anyway, that's it from me. I am out. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back here maybe tomorrow night, if not Thursday. Until then, thank you, Teacher Tony, for stopping by. Big thank you to CY as well for stopping by. Much appreciated as always. And that is going to do it from me. I am out. And we will see you either, like I said, Wednesday, probably Thursday. But we might try to squeak it. We might just do something like we do practice 1 on Thursday. And then we come, or on Wednesday tomorrow. And then we come back for like practice 2 and the qualifying in the race and all that stuff on Thursday. But we'll see you then. Take care. Have a good night.